Hey guys, welcome back to another Anti-Guru, and if you're loving these videos, once again hit the like button, smash subscribe, get your bell on, because in reality that is what gets you notified of every new video. Today's Anti-Guru is a very special one because it's my case for why property development is both a science and an art. The title of the video: why property development is not a get rich scheme. So here's my case for it. Okay, if you think about academic disciplines of both science and art, then actually property development really does come into its own. Now here's my justification for this. All right, so property development is an art. It is an art because you have to be able to very, very carefully, very, very subjectively, without any real science in it, pick out the good from the bad. Pick out the good site from the bad site. Pick out the site you want to be dealing with. It comes from the heart more than anything else. We talk about property being a passion. Actually having those passion projects like the gatehouse, like the forts, like the care home that we're dealing with here at TPX. Those projects are very much an art form. You are taking something that you believe in, you have faith in, you have a passion about, and you're applying your own sensibilities to them. For the gatehouse, we could have gone ultra traditional, but actually that was the wrong subjective reaction. The right subjective reaction for the gatehouse was very much a artistic interpretation, a modern twist on what the gatehouse can and cannot deliver. So in reality we have an art form there. We have very much an artistic approach to property development. Let's look at the science argument next. Property is a science. You are filled with models and hypotheses and action. And because you are filled with those hypotheses, let's look at that just quickly. Science, you base everything on a hypothesis. I will make profit out of this development deal. So your property as a science is based on a hypothesis. You test that hypothesis by doing research. You research the marketplace, you research the numbers, you research the potential of that site. Then you apply a process to it, both a planning process and a development process, in order to validate your hypotheses. Once you've been through that process, that validation, you are then into the concluding part. The concluding part being you either sell, or you're building to rent, or you're dealing with the site in some other way. So property can be both an art and it can be a science, just like planning can be both an art and a science. What it is not is a get-rich-quick scheme. It is certainly not a get-rich-quick scheme. And the reason why it's not a get-rich-quick scheme should be patently obvious. For anyone who's done property development, it takes time and money and effort and energy in order to get it right. To give you an example, the barracks that we're working on is on a 4-year pathway. Not a 2-year pathway, not a year, not 6 months. No, it's a 4-year pathway. And because it's a 4-year pathway, we know we're going to be working hard at it for the next 4 years. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, because we've planned for it. We've got it in our heads that that is what we are going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you enter the property world and you think that it's your way out of your COVID-19 troubles. You think you have the mindset that property is my way to financial freedom. Then I can tell you from experience, I can tell you from mentoring a vast number of people now, I can tell you from being a town planner in a consultancy role for the last 10 years. This is my 10th year as a consultant. Property does not get you rich quickly. What it does, in fact, is take time and money and effort and energy in order to prove that hypothesis that this is the deal, and this is the deal that will make me a profit. Now, that's where we move on to the second part of why property is both an art and a science. In those fields, those scientists, those artists have second incomes. An artist starting out cannot live on art alone. They need grant funding, or moreover, they probably need another job. And I'm using the word job. Job does not mean just over broke. That's something perpetuated by the guru world. Job is a life support system. It is a mechanism to keep you going. And after everything that has happened in the COVID-19, one fundamental is true. You need income to keep you going, and property doesn't do that. Property makes large lumpy sums of income if you're going for development, or gradual gains if you're going for things like HMOs, capital gains, or under SA. But in this kind of marketplace, SA has gone through the floor, Airbnb is shut down, and so you needed that second income, your life support mechanism, to help you along. Scientists equally so, they get grant funding in order to keep them going. You don't have that in property. So you have to be the scientist, the lecturer, the person who does something else. Forgive the background noise. It is windy this evening at the beach hut. Now, our property journey is fueled by planning. Planning consultancy first, property second. A science and an art. We apply our art in the really fun properties that we're doing. We apply the science in the really interesting planning casework we're working on right now. Now, I hope this has resonated with you, because I know there are a lot of gurus out there who tell you different. I've seen many people come through the doors who have said, I've left my job. I'm doing property full time. I can do that because property will get me there quickly. No, my friends, that is not the case. Property does not get you there quickly. It takes time, money, effort and energy to prove your hypothesis that property will work. And the problem is, if you just leave your job, your burn rate is often so high that you can't expend that time, money, effort and energy. Just think about how fundamentally important burn rate has been to you over the last 8 weeks that we've been locked down, and think on how burn rate is going to be important to you going forward into the next period of time before we're finally let out of this lockdown. That's why at TPX we always challenge the argument that you can leave your job and focus on property full time because that's going to be your vocation. Fine. But only if you have a life support mechanism. Where is your life support mechanism? I've seen too many guru videos. Too many guru videos now. I've seen too many gurus saying, leave your job, you could be doing something better. I've seen a guru shout at a teacher because they didn't think the teacher was giving enough commitment at 10 p.m. on one of their god awful courses. I've seen that on one of those videos. Now that's pretty appalling. But end of the day, people, what the gurus don't understand, the mindset that they've got is they need you to fuel their lifestyle. They need you to pay them ridiculous fees to fuel their lifestyle. What I'm saying to you, remember the you and stick with your principles. Can I fuel my own lifestyle? That's the most important. And once you're able to do that, move on to property. Fire the gun on your property journey. End of the day, property isn't a journey, it's an adventure. It's an adventure you will go through in your entire professional career as a property professional. And you'll find it's both a science and an art, not a get rich quick scheme. Alright guys, I hope that's been inspirational. If you've enjoyed that, please hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, make sure that is switched on. Catch me on the next Anti-Guru, where I'm going to be talking about development in the Greenbelt and why you just cannot build in the Greenbelt. I've been John McDermott. This has been the Anti-Guru. Have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.